In order for us to be really good scholars, we have to have a deep understanding of Boyer's work. Not only will it help you on the CNE exam, but it will also help you become a better nurse educator. Welcome back, everybody, to Dr. Sellers Educate, where our mission is to support all nurses across the country. That's right, we've expanded. It used to be that we just focused on nurse educators achieving excellence, but now we have expanded to help all nurses across the country become better leaders, better educators, and better change maker. So that's what we're talking about in this snapshot series. What specific strategies are you using to become a more effective change agent and leader? All right, so first of all, you all know the drill. We like to pull out our study worksheet. So if you haven't already, go ahead and print that out. We just grabbed the monthly boot camp, which you're always invited to join us at our monthly boot camp. We meet twice a month. We meet live, and then you can watch the recordings at any time, and we are accredited, so that means that you can earn one contact hour as long as you show up live or watch the recording and complete the evaluation. All right, and then the second resource is Billings and Halstead Teaching and Nursing. This is the sixth edition because this is the one that is currently mapped and aligned with the exam, the CNE exam right now. And then what we want to point out is pages 8 through 10, Boyer Scholarship Model. When we're thinking about how we become better nurse educators, it has to start with us understanding what Boyer's model is all about. The four dimensions of scholarship really do hit at the heart of teaching, right? Because that's our mission as nurse educators. Our mission is to facilitate learning, to support that learning journey, and sometimes the processes that we have to follow, mandated by regulatory bodies, boards of nursing, credentialing bodies, can become a bit challenging, right? But we have to embrace those as opportunities. So, first and foremost, I want you to write down what is your biggest challenge right now related to your curriculum. Okay, so write down what is your biggest challenge related to the curriculum. And while you're writing that down, I'm going to pull up our thought provoking question for this snapshot. Okay, so that's what we do. We engage in a thought-provoking question every single snapshot. That's going to help you stay focused on the content that we're talking about and hopefully help you clarify some muddy points. Okay, so we're going to pull up one. And then what I want you to think about is whether or not you comprehend the concepts that we're talking about. All right, so that's our goal. We want to help you have a deeper comprehension of concepts every time we connect. All right, so here we go. And make sure you stay to the end because we will share the correct option, correct answer for our thought-provoking question. All right, so I'm going to share my screen as you have finished, hopefully writing down what you think is your number one challenge right now related to curriculum. So Professor Sam dedicates excessive hours fine-tuning lecture slides, avoiding the adoption of innovative teaching methods due to a fear of failure. How can Professor Sam effectively manage the emotional challenges of change and enhance teaching through the lens of effective learning theory? So we have A, develop a peer support network to share experiences, learn from others, and build confidence in adopting new tech teaching methods. B, gradually integrate new strategies while reflecting on emotional responses to change, fostering self-efficacy and emotional resilience. Or C, set specific measurable goals for introducing new methods using emotional milestones as indicators of growth and readiness. All right, so I'll give you a second to think about what is this question really asking me? Okay, so every question you get to on the CNE exam, that's what we want you to think about. What is this question really asking me? And second of all, what is it that I know for sure about concepts included in this question? All right, so as you all are writing that down, I want to highlight three next steps for you as you think about your journey to CNE. Okay, so first step is what is the definition of Boyer Scholarship Model? Okay, again, you're going to use pages 8 through 10 in the sixth edition. What is the definition of Boyer Scholarship Model? Okay, step number two, you want to understand each of those four dimensions of Boyer's model. That foundational part, which is also known as the generation of new knowledge. Okay, so we like to, we want you to go on this journey with us to visualize Boyer's model as having four layers, okay, four dimensions. So that foundational layer is that scholarship of discovery, right? We have to have new knowledge. We have to have research. We have to do research to make sure that our theory is actually true. Okay, so that's the foundation of Boyer's scholarship model and a key dimension. And then what I want you to think about is the scholarship of application, the scholarship of integration, and then the scholarship of teaching. How do each of these dimensions show up in your everyday work? All right, so that's step number two. And last step, number three. What is it that you don't have to know about Boyer's scholarship model? Well, here's the reality. You don't have to be an expert related to the knowledge for her scholarship model. It's just required that you have a deep comprehension of that model in order to answer questions correctly on the CNE exam. Our ability to engage our scholars on the journey to achieve learning, because that's our goal, when we are facilitating the learning process, moving forward on this journey with our students, right? Remember that this is a partnership that we're developing with our students. There's a part that they have to own and a part that we have to own. So in order for us to be effective, productive partners, we have to be able to connect with our students, to meet them where they are, and to identify those knowledge gaps and effectively help them close the knowledge gaps. All right, so that's what you want to think about. Number one is, what is the definition of Boyer's model? Number two, how do the four dimensions show up in my everyday work? And then third of all, what is it that I want to avoid focusing on with Boyer's model? And that is, you don't have to know every single component of the model. Okay, so just read pages 8 through 10. That's it. You don't need to go deeper than that. There's no other content that you need to look at related to Boyer's scholarship model. You want to have a deep understanding of pages 8 through 10, and you will do well on the exam. All right, so let's go back to our thought-provoking question as we end our time together today. So you want to celebrate if you chose the correct option, and even if you didn't, that's okay. All right, so if you chose B, gradually integrate new strategies, you are correct. And why? This is the most important part. So why is this the correct rationale? Because this approach supports emotional growth and develops a positive attitude toward innovation through progressive risk taking. Keyword progressive risk taking, right? We have to be able to meet not only our students where they are, but also our colleagues where they are, because we know change is challenging. Our ability to be the most effective change agent and leader starts with us. Taking time to do self-reflective practice, thinking about barriers that are getting in our way of accepting that change, and then moving forward. Okay, moving forward to support that change, to lead that change, to make sure that we are improving the learning experiences with our students. Go back to look at that number one challenge right now with the curriculum that you're experiencing. Figure out how can Boyer's model show up more consistently in moving that change forward. Let's go to the research. Let's see what evidence supports moving that change forward. And then we want to become a transformational vehicle to help our colleagues get on track and to improve the learning experience for our students. Make sure you subscribe to this video, and we also have our new reflective journal available, right? It's a devotional, it's reflective practice, it's all of the goodness rolled up into one. So click the link. It is free right now, so make sure you take advantage of getting on our wait list, and as soon as it's published, we will let you know. The only cost is shipping. All right, so we look forward to seeing you in our next snapshot. Have a great one, everybody.